off of this.
Yeah. I'll keep mine on so you can
YouTube.
show them.
Hello, YouTube.
Hello, YouTube. Thanks.
And Facebook.
Hello, Facebook.
Well, it's quite warm. It's good that it's not, today is not the 90 degrees
Yeah.
that it was yesterday, but it's still.
73.
Instagram.
Hello,
everyone.
Instagram.
It does, because of the brick like walls of this building, it doesn't lose heat quickly, so.
Yeah, doesn't really keep it out either.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It manages to get hot pretty quick, but not, but it doesn't get cold fast. So maybe we'll keep this one short.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Today we're talking about the newly launched Raven. We launched it on Tuesday. This is a totally original design without any prior. No, it's not. But it is. At the same time, it is. I think
We're here to clarify some of
yeah.
those.
But we wanted to talk about this. It's something that we knew when we let the Rook go that it's a wholly unique, like that product holds this like space of like, it's chic, it's like, it's clean, it's cool, it looks like it fits really nicely in the Novus Noir collection, but it's also like, it's not too, I don't know, it's not too clean. Like
Yeah,
it's got like a real rough sort of
this
vibe to
isn't
it. The
your
armor
standard.
on the shoulders,
Yeah, exactly. It's got a utilitarian.
It is truly unique, and it also sort of feels like sort of quintessentially Volante in my mind. You know, like this is one of the pieces, or the Rook was, and the Raven is a new take on it. But I think one of the pieces that just like exemplifies what we do. You know.
Yeah. Balancing that.
So you've taken some photos of it. You've seen it. You didn't really have a lot of experience with the Rook. But what do you think of it?
Yeah, I mean, my first impression was it is the long coat for kind of a mob boss, someone who's maybe has criminal ties, and I mean this is definitely like the padding on the side's pretty interesting and not something I've ever seen in this type of jacket, but yeah, and then like obviously the lines and details are what makes it kind of signature Volante, but it's badass.
It feels incredibly cool to wear.
Yeah, hot.
It's very warm. These are warmer than the Rook ever was.
Yeah.
I thought when I was going over this, like, you know, what is the Raven going to be? Like, I knew we wanted to have something that filled that sort of gap. We didn't want to do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
We wanted it to feel very similar.
I didn't see the Rook, but I imagine this is a little thicker.
It is. The original Rook, I think, was like 190 GSM, like, you know, grams per square meter wool. This is, I think, 450.
Yeah.
450, 500.
Yeah.
So it's significantly thicker, and part of that is like the original Rook needed to have herringbone as the weave pattern, and we didn't have to do that this time. So I got to like look at what materials were actually available to us at a weight that I was like getting the exact right weight and pattern and all that stuff is very difficult. But if we are not constrained in a certain way, we get to be like, what do we actually want this to be? And I thought like
This is the ideal.
this is the ideal weight.
What would
It
have been
feels really cool. You know, like it feels great. It's got a lot of gravity to it.
Yeah. Looking at the pictures, the biggest difference, if you turn around, the back of the Rook was all kind of
Quilted straight down the middle.
Yeah, and now this is more. It's more wool. There's more.
Yeah, and putting the quilting on the sides allows. I think the front of this design is stronger than the Rook was.
Yeah.
But it allows like you get that sort of slimming.
Yeah.
You know, having dark on the sides and having, you know, that kind of stuff it's very nice feeling.
I think it's a nicer, more tapered silhouette almost.
And of course, one design element from the Rook that we couldn't change is that had to have 3 buttons,
Yeah.
but now we can actually have it button all the way up.
Totally different look once you.
Yeah, which I think
This is like
is
a-
something that people asked for, but wasn't something that we could do before. So it
Yeah.
was like, finally we get to do, I think, what makes the most sense for a coat like this. Like, it's a big, heavy coat. You should be able to close it all the way up, so when it's cold out, you're like fully
Insulated.
protected.
Yeah.
That meant changing the whole collar design and everything so that it all worked together. Forgot my
And the
mic is right there.
sleeves on the Rook, were they a different material? They were also canvas running.
It was
all the
also
way down?
waxed canvas
Yeah.
that ran all the way down, and I went for something a little bit more armor inspired.
Yeah, the buttons definitely make it look cooler.
Some eagle-eyed
This is the hood.
customers
case.
noticed that the inspiration was that the design is closer to one of the other outfits from Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which is the one that I really liked when I played the game, and I did take some inspiration from that. And that has on one side a short sleeve, like oversleeve thing, like kind of acronym style.
Yeah. And then the one side was longer.
Yeah, well, the whole thing, the sleeve was all there. It just had this like black sort of overlayer that was like a short sleeve overlayer. So this kind of nods to that, but I went symmetrical instead of just doing one.
Yeah.
And I didn't go all the way around with it. When I
That'd be a
tried,
little restrictive.
it is. But when I tried, everyone on the team was like, "That looks like you're wearing a t-shirt over a long sleeve shirt," and I'm like, "That's."
That's what it
I
was.
understand what you're seeing. I don't necessarily agree because this is a big ass wool coat and it doesn't have the same like
Yeah.
90s kid vibe, but it also kind of does, I guess, because it's a little bit trench coat. You know, like
Yeah,
it's got
yeah.
the 90s trench coat thing, but it's
Totally.
also it's different. It's different, but because of that, because there was some contention about whether or not to do the full short sleeve thing, I think what we ended up coming up with is very cool and kind of unique.
Definitely. Yeah. Unlike anything else we've got in our
Yeah.
catalog.
And it gets some of that armor. It's a little bit like Edward Kenway from Black Flag. He's got these like studs on the sleeve. So I was like pulling some other elements from other assassins.
You can see, yeah, exactly. There's an underlying
You know what I'm
theme with every character that it's
Yeah,
supposed to be.
I can breathe. Yeah, this is.
This
It's
is a big feature
quite
people
warm.
wanted to with the Rook, I believe. Right? Being able to cuff the.
Yeah, I think
Sleeves?
you could do
You
it.
could do it.
This is a little bit. We changed it
Easier.
a little bit so that it's a little bit easier to do.
Patrick was mentioning something.
Yeah, it's. That's nice. That's cool. I haven't actually done that before, but now I have to. So. It almost feels sacrilegious, but it's cool looking, so I'll take it.
Makes your arms look bigger.
Yep.
What else?
Yeah. Do we have any comments? I mean, I think everybody from the comments that I saw when we launched it, everybody got the joke. Like calling it the Raven. We didn't have to call it the Raven. We could have just called it a new Rook, but it's not really a Rook Mark II. Like I did restart from the beginning. It's got the same silhouette, but it's totally different. Like all the design elements are really different.
Yeah. Definitely. Another look at the back.
Yeah. And when the first time we made I think Emily made the sample, or maybe I did, in the heavier wool, I was like, yeah, that's it. This is what the Rook was missing.
Yeah.
It just feels like, it's nice, especially because the quilt is very thick, and so having a heavier wool, like, if the weights of them are more in line,
Yeah.
so the whole thing just feels structured. It feels almost
It
like
doesn't
armor.
move as much. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was going to say, it's almost like wearing an armored suit.
Yeah.
And what colorways are you guys wearing and what's the price point?
This,
Good, thank you. Just the basic facts of the thing.
we're talking about the lore.
Yeah.
We'll get into the details.
So I'm wearing the Raven Guard in Victorian Fog, and you've got the Swift.
Yes, this is the Swift. And this one's the slightly
Slightly
Less
less.
expensive,
$8.95. The Guard is at $9.95. The difference between those two is that the wool blend.
Yeah.
The Swift is really nice. It's just not as nice. It's kind of I don't want to talk down. It's very hard to do. This is something that we struggled with because it's like neither of them are really lesser. Like they feel
one tier
just as
below.
awesome to put on, but when you have them side by side, you could tell like this.
Yeah.
This feels really nice.
Yeah.
Do have a few questions.
Yeah.
Someone asked, what is the likelihood of getting a curvy version?
Probably not great. The curvy version of the Rook, we did, I think 2 runs of that, and the last one was just before the final like hurrah for the Rook, and it was good, and it was also just like we knew some people wanted it, and we sold those ones.
Yeah.
And this would be nice to make, but I don't
It
know.
wouldn't make sense.
Like we would, as we've been saying, probably for far too long. We need a concerted strategy to make our curvy products work better, and we have been working very hard to hone our straight cut strategy. I feel like we are getting closer. There is a possibility of us actually nailing that, and if we can really nail that, then we can expand from there. But I feel like we had ourselves spread really thin for 10 years, trying to please everybody.
Yeah.
And now we need to like really get one, hone it. Like we pared back because of that, and we're also adding more shows, so that works better for curvy cut products. The events were always the only place we sold curvy cut products, so
Yeah.
now that I think we have 15 on the books for next year, so
It's a big one.
there's a potential for bringing that back.
Speaking of which, we are at Gen Con.
That's right.
We are at Gen.
Today is the first day of Gen Con, so we
2535. Catch us there.
yeah.
Someone did ask, would you say both versions are equal ground when it comes to cold weather protection?
Yes, I probably. They're around the same weight. Wool, like this has I think a higher blend of wool or more wool in the blend, so
Probably retain a little.
it's kind of retain a little bit more heat, but it's they're probably pretty similar on that front.
Someone asked, if we wanted to get a custom version, should we call it Raven or Rook? Because I love this design.
There are enough differences in the designs between them that the Raven, I would say, use the name of the one that you want. Especially because, well, licensing and the Rook and all, like, customs are confusing for that. But the Raven is wholly our design, even though it shares the same silhouette.
Totally different back though.
I mean, honestly, every seam is different.
Yeah. Yeah. Even the
Yeah.
fronts here.
The lapels are totally it was totally rebuilt, so it is its own thing. It just looks very reminiscent to the point
They're
where
siblings,
unless
but-
you look at them side by side, you're like, that looks like I remember when you look at a remaster for an old video game, and you're like, that doesn't seem like they did anything, and then you look at the old footage and you're like, no,
Yeah.
that's very different from what it was before.
Anything else? Questions? No?
Great. I think for our own health and safety, we're gonna call it. I think it was yes.
Pouring out.
It's super cool to have this. I've been looking forward to this launch for a long time.
Yeah.
Even since before we canceled the Rook. Like I had ideas for what the Raven could be like a year and a half ago.
It is an epic coat, and once you put your hands on it,
You can feel it.
Yeah. It's just goes right through.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. We'll see you next time. I think we have some big live streams coming up soon. Yeah. Next few weeks are going to be pretty cool.
Stay tuned.
Big launches.